You have tried using the actual review and preparing for the Nclex exam, but it seemed difficult to navigate, or it seemed difficult to understand what you should look out for. So today's video, I'm going to share with you guys everything you need to do to prepare better using the actual review. This video also includes giveaway. We're giving out subscription to about 5 subscribers for a 30-day plan. I'm going to show you how to start and what to look out for, what to search up for when using the actual review. So if this is what you're interested in, then keep on watching. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nclex. So you guys have asked and I honored the invitation to create another video explaining more and giving more insight on how to prepare for the Nclex exam. Today is going to be more of focusing more on the actual review, because I noticed that the questions in the comment sections were like, how do I use the actual review? What do I do? How do I start? So I'm going to give you guys more detailed information on how to use the actual review to pass the Nclex. Now, one question that I got in the comments was, how do I start? And I just want to be very realistic with you, and I want to carry you along with how I started, or how I advise you to start based on my experience with this exam. Firstly, I want you to identify yourself. Identify your strengths, identify your weakness. Be very realistic with yourself. Write down your limitations, write down your weaknesses, write down what you think is holding you back from giving the best for this exam. Have you done that? Then good and fine. We're proceeding to the next step. Now I want you to understand that the Nclex is asked based on client need categories, and these client need categories have different percentage of what is asked on the Nclex exam. You will find that the pharmacology is probably 9%, or the management of care is probably 13%. Now I want to open up an opportunity for you guys to sign up for my email list, where I send out emails to every one of you introducing or talking about the client need categories. I will explain more on the percentage of this category and why you should focus on it. I will give you guys a question, ask you guys a question with options, answer the questions and tell you why the answer is correct once. And I send out an email every 2 days. Then I believe this will help you out with your study. So if you're interested in signing up for this email list and receiving this content, then the link is in the description. These are all the things you want to understand. These are all the things you want to keep in mind while preparing for the Nclex exam, so that you don't end up putting your mind and your energy just on one side of the Nclex when you have 9 other parts to focus on. After you have created your study plan based on your priorities, your weaknesses, your strengths, and you have created it, I want you to pick your preferred resource. And based on the comment section and direct message I got, I believe most of you guys prefer the actual review. But if there's something else you prefer, like the Kaplan, the horse review, simple nursing, and many more that I spoke about in this video, then I want you to do a readiness exam. After you do a readiness exam, this is going to open your eyes to what are your challenges. What do you find difficult? And now, after you do this readiness exam, the difficult topics or difficult questions that you could not answer is what I want you to focus on. Now, those topics, go back and watch videos on them. Go back and read a material on them. The material you are reading should be Nclex focused. Do not go and read like a research talking about a lot of things, but you end up missing the point on what is asked on Nclex. That is why I recommend heavily simple nursing. Simple nursing is Nclex focused. The videos that I put out for simple nursing are very Nclex focused. They focus on what is asked, what is expected of you to know, what are those things that you should look out for when studying this topic. I recommend simple nursing very much to you guys. There are so many other resources that you can use out there. On YouTube, we have Dr. Sharon. Dr. Sharon will help you understand prioritization. In the Nclex exam, you will need to know how to prioritize your answers. You need to know what is the most important, what comes first before every other thing. And Dr. Sharon on YouTube will do justice to that. Another resources that I used was the host review. I recommend you preparing for the Nclex, not just by answering Q-Bank questions, but by watching videos. Now, next, I want to explain to you how you can manage watching videos and answering questions. When you want to prepare for this Nclex exam and you have written down your weaknesses, you have written down your strengths, you want to watch videos on those weaknesses, you want to browse about it, nursing videos on this topic on YouTube, or you have the Simple Nursing subscription where you can search up topics on Simple Nursing website and watch the video on that topic. Now educate yourself on this topic. What should I be talking about? What am I expected to know based off this topic? This is understanding the concept of this topic, the context of this topic, so that you don't just go on and answering and second guessing or guessing the Q-Bank questions based on those topics that you saw that are your weaknesses. How can you balance the Q-Bank and the videos you ask, right? Now, today is Sunday. I'm going to pick out 2 hours in the morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And this hour time, I'm going to dedicate it to watching 5 videos that I found difficult yesterday. I'm going to watch these videos and ensure that I understand what I need to know based off this topic for my Nclex exam. After I've watched these videos, then I'm going to go ahead and answer Q-Bank questions. 10:30, after I give myself 30 minutes break, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. That is 1 hour. I'm going to answer 60 questions. I'm going to answer Q-Bank questions based off these topics that I just watched, right? And after I do this and I time myself doing it, I want you to time yourself so that you get used to the timing. Forget that you have 5 hours to answer questions in the Nclex hall. Those 5 hours can run by so fast. So you want to practice answering these questions based off 1 minute. Get used to it so that even though you have 2 minutes in the exam hall, you want to be able to answer them in 1 minute. So that when you go on to the select order apply, you are good with time. You have time to actually focus on those ones. Answer these questions and then give yourself 30 minutes break. After 30 minutes, you're going to remediate. When you remediate, you're going over the questions you answered. You're going over why did you get it right. You're going over why did you get it wrong. You're going over why A, B, and C is not the correct answer and why D is the correct answer. You're going over these things so that you can understand it. So that when next you're asked something similar to this, you know why. Because you have seen something like this before. It is the same concept wherever you go. Signs and symptoms of hypertension is signs and symptoms of hypertension wherever you go. The signs and symptoms of heart failure is similar to signs and symptoms of heart failure wherever you go. The medications for heart failure is medications for heart failure wherever you go, right? And that's what I want you to understand. Why are we giving patients albuterol when they have acute asthmatic symptoms? Why are we giving patient albuterol and not this other medication? I know it's time consuming, and I want you to understand that it is very okay. That is the main point of all this prepping you're doing. The main point of this is going over questions, remediating questions, understanding why is this answer the correct answer? Why is this answer the wrong answer? And you are asked something similar again in future, you are able to answer it because now you know why. As you go over it and remediate, you can also watch videos on topics that you found difficult. You can go ahead and watch video on that spot. No one is going to hold you down. Go ahead and watch videos, and that's what I did also. Because that way you are educating yourself and you are preparing yourself for the exam. The Archer Review has an option to try for free. To first go on and create a test. When you create a test, I want you to go to the readiness assessment and do the mixed, where it's both NGN and classic. NGN is more like select order, apply, just all this new stuff they have added, where the classic is just a question is there and you pick one answer. So you want to do the mixed part of it. The readiness exam is tough to answer, and I want you to know that it is tough to answer. This readiness exam is for you to know that you don't know this answer, right? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You're not doing this exam because you are ready for the exam. You're doing this exam because you are not ready for the exam. So the readiness exam will help you see, it will open your eyes to, hey, I have a lot to cover up. It will open your eyes to, what do I need to understand? What do I need to focus on? What do I need that I am lacking? Don't feel anxious when you are preparing for this exam and doing the readiness exam. Don't feel anxious for any reason. Go ahead and create that test. When you answer all the questions, you are going to look at these things. The client's need, right here. The client's need. And then you're going to see, I am passing physiological adaptations. I am passing them. All right, that is not my priority. But I am failing safety and infection control. When you see them, you see that, hey, whoa, I failed this one and I've been failing it consistently. What you are going to do next is that you're going to go on YouTube and browse safety and infection control Nclex review. Click on it. This is one video. I remember I watched one of these videos. What this thing is going to do for you is that it's going to answer questions with you. My advice now is that go ahead and give yourself 9 days for the client need categories, where you watch videos on how to answer questions on management of care, safety and infection control, health promotion and maintenance, psychosocial integrity, basic care and comfort, pharmacology, reduction of risk potential, physiological adaptation. Give yourself 9 days and watch YouTube videos on these client need categories. This is what Nclex is all about. Go ahead and watch videos on them. Understand, what am I expected to answer when I see questions like this? What am I expected to look out for when I see questions like this? Why am I even answering questions like this? What is the need for this? What am I looking out for? Right? Give yourself 9 days and watch videos on them. After I've watched video on reduction of risk potential, maybe you want to click reduction of risk potential, right? And then you create a test just on reduction of risk potential. How about that? For the 9 days, you are watching one video a day. And after you watch one video a day on YouTube on how to go about answering that topic or answering that question, then go ahead and click on this. Just click on one of it that you watched. Create a test and start answering questions on them. Check out for yourself. Did I understand what I just watched? Did I understand the concept of all these things? Do I understand what I'm looking out for? Put yourself in the mood for answering questions in the Nclex hall so that you time yourself and you prepare yourself based on time. I've gone through the client need categories, right? Guys, I have a paper here because this is serious. It's a serious business now. You have the client need categories, you have understood everything. The next thing you want to now do is go over nursing school topics, the critical care, fundamental, leadership and management, mental health, maternal and newborn health, the medical and surgical, pediatrics, pharmacology. Understand that these are all these things you need to read on, you need to understand. Don't just go and read only on one thing like the mental health, or read only on one thing like the maternal and newborn, or you read only on medical and surgical. That is not the way to go. That is not how we do it over here. And the same way that when you go to the Q banks and you create a test for the client need area after you have watched videos on them, that is the same way. In this case now, you want to start looking at the subjects specifically, and you go ahead and you select adult health because you just watched videos on adult health. You just watched or you read topics on adult health. Select that, right? Or maybe you did adult health and fundamental. Then you can select the two and you chose 85 questions that you're going to answer for the day. Select the two, click on next. You've read cardiovascular, you read endocrine, you read gastrointestinal, you read respiratory. These 4 things are what you read for the day, right? Then go ahead and create tests based on just these 4 things. You create them and you answer the questions. Answer the questions and see if you understood what you read before now. Now for the giveaway, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section what you have learned today that you're going to use that will probably help you or change the way you read for the Nclex exam. Let me know what has helped you from the previous video as well and what is helping you now. I want you to drop your Instagram handle or a place where I can easily reach out to you if you win this giveaway. I'm going to announce it in my community post, so please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Of course, you have to be subscribed to win this giveaway. You also have to be a follower on Instagram as well, because I'll probably announce it on my story or announce it on my community post as well. So watch out or turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I make any post on my YouTube channel. So this subscription is for actual review. I'm going to provide a 30-day plan for 5 of my subscribers. If you're interested in this, drop your comments, share this with a friend as well, share this with your loved ones, your family and friends, so that they have an impactful or meaningful study guide, right? If you guys have more questions on this Nclex preparation, let me know in the comment section. For now, this is where we're going to stop. I don't want to bombard you guys with a lot, and you have more questions, drop them in the comment section and I will be very glad to make another video explaining the next step to take. Okay, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.